Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Lucas and welcome back to yet another F122 video. We're back with some more gameplay for you guys here at Silverstone circuit. We're going to be driving Charles Leclerc's Ferrari and we're actually doing a sprint race. I believe we've got it as a 4-lap sprint race to set the grid, and then it's a 25% wet race, I think, actually. And intermediate conditions, so yeah, bit of mixed conditions, which is typical of the British weather, so hope you guys are looking forward to it. Thank you very much for the support on my previous video as well around Miami with more F122 content.
Welcome to Silverstone,
and yeah, I hope you're looking forward to this video. It should be good fun, and yeah, if you want to stay tuned for more content in the future on F122 as we've got the early access build at the moment, be sure to subscribe down below, and yeah, hope you stay tuned for more content. But yeah, this video will be done on controller because I still currently do not have my sim rig as of recording this video, so apologies for that, because I really want to bring you guys, and I will be bringing you all real gameplay, you know, being there for Esports merchant that I am, so yeah, don't worry, we've got more of that on the way. But anyway, underway for the formation lap. We are using the immersive option, because as you may have seen from other F122 early access videos on other channels, you have now multiple options as to what you want on the formation lap. You know, you have the immersive option, which is where you drive it, and as you're about to see, you have to then line up on the grid and take your grid slot, as which you're about to see. I didn't, I missed it, so okay, I get put back a bit. So yeah, you've got the immersive options for the formation lap, the safety car, these sort of things as well, and the cinematic options. But without further ado, we are in pole position by the RNG luck of the game, and we actually get a pretty solid start. I mean, the AI get a lot more varied starts in this race. I do believe, sorry. So yeah, we get a nice clean getaway into the sector 1. And yeah, this is a voiceover, I'm not actually doing this live, so probably have to rejig my memory a little bit as this race sort of progresses. But through the first couple of sections of it, we had 9/10 clear at the start of this sprint race. Only 4 laps, but as you can see, obviously I'm racing against 110% AI, but obviously they end up catching me up because, you know, I'm washed. So Lewis goes for a huge dive bomb, and yep, that happened. So we decide to go full bulldozer mode on poor Checo. We somehow get a penalty. Well, I mean, we maybe deserve that penalty for Checo, but yeah, not ideal. We've dropped to P4, and we have a bit of a mistake here on lap 2, so Alonso's about to absolutely humble us by sending it round the outside, just making us feel like complete and utter rubbish, to be honest. But yep, lap 2 of 4, on to 3 now. We've got a 5-second penalty, 1 P5, the pack is really close behind us, and now we have George Russell going round outside. So we hang it round tight on the inside, but George just turned in on us. So we've had a collision with both Mercedes in this race so far, so that's not ideal. And yeah, losing a position to Gasly as well. Coming on to the final run, and actually locking both front tyres on that curb, so trying to use a lot of curb, getting on the brakes, and we'll pinch both front tyres on the entry to 3, and that we've got 50% brake bias, as you can see. So yeah, very, very easy to make that sort of mistake, but we end up getting a time penalty as well for track limit, so we had like 8 seconds of time penalty,
pick up rubber and bring it home.
And that meant we finished 13th. So yeah, from 1st to 13th, it shows you my pad prowess is rather something to not to be admired. But yeah, my name's not Lewis Welch. But anyway,
that's it for another Grand Prix,
that is the sprint over,
win for
and yeah, we are now
honestly feel it was down to
going
the driver
to
and
be
car
doing
today.
the race. So we're starting from 13th, but the thing is as well is it's a wet race, and yeah, I mean, the sprint formats are going to be interesting to see how they're used in this game. Obviously they're going to be quite a core feature of the career mode at the selected tracks where they are in real life, but it's also an option for, you know, for league racing, you know, where league races could use it as another potential option, you know. So yeah, should be interesting. There's the finishing, or the starting order for the main race after the sprint, and now onto the grid for the main race. And as you can see, it's full intermediate conditions with a bit of drier weather towards the end, taking a tiny bit of fuel out. And yeah, without further ado, let's miss the grid slot for the 2nd time in one video, like an absolute legend. But anyway, P13. Keep an eye on the lights. Start sequence will begin. Yada yada. I heard it 1,000 times. Sorry to the new engineer. And lights out, and we actually predicted the start on this one. We got super lucky. We should have jumped the start, but we get an absolute monster start against the AI. Nicely up the inside of 2 cars through 1, going round the outside of 2, and then getting onto the brakes on the inside line into 3. Actually going up the inside of Gasly, and then just carrying the speed through the inside of the corner, and then that's us up into P6. So we've done a pretty good start actually in that one. But now, yeah, this is my first time driving in the rain. So yeah, me on a pad is already bad enough. So in the rain, yeah, it's going to be fascinating. But now we've got to hold Bottas behind us, which is going to be a challenge, because he's already tried to retake the position from the beginning of the race. But we managed to cover off the position, and yeah, now we are basically underway. In fact, no, Bottas up the inside into Cops, but we get back underneath him. So yeah, I was trying to remember if he made a move or not there, but he did, but we managed to hold it. But now onto lap 4 now, so a few laps have gone past now, and now it's Perez that's the car right behind us. So Perez is obviously retaking the position against Bottas. We're running a bit wide through 4, then coming into 5 at entry, we get a bit of a snap, and then we swap the other way, and then Perez goes into the back of us by consequence of my own actions, and then Bottas slips past. So yep, lost 1 position, so we're down to P7 on lap 4, and we're just trying to see if we can stick with Bottas, because it's
and we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
So yeah, in this race it was slowly drying towards the end of the race, so we do have our engineer periodically come over and speak to us, but for the remainder of this lap I tried to stick with Bottas. As you can see, Bottas actually losing the rear a little bit through Cops, so interesting to see the AI being quite lively actually through there. And yeah, still on lap 4, and we're just trying to stick close to Bottas. We know I don't have the pace of the AI on 110% of the difficulty on a pad. On a wheel it's a completely different story, but on a pad I'm useless. So I was trying everything way over speeding ourselves into the entry of Stroll and then into Vale. It was I think we make a mistake on the exit of Club. Maybe in the right, yeah, it's right there, and then Bottas is gone. So I tried my best to hang together with the AI in these conditions, but it was just too much. As you can, George Russell, like 10 seconds up the road, and now we switch to lap 6. Perez up the inside of us into Abbey, and now into Village, trying to get heavy onto the brakes up the inside of Perez, side by side, and diving it straight on the traction just to get the distance on him and get up the inside, park it in the apex, and that is us now just trying to get on the traction. So difficult on the pad, at least for me anyway. I'm not really good at it at all. So and yeah, I don't use any assists, it's 110% AI. Probably should have said that at the start of the video, because I feel like I've been struggling to think of things to say, because you know I'm not a very professional voiceover YouTuber. I'm too busy, usually used to driving. But fastest lap for Hamilton in this race, so the weather probably starting to ease off in terms of the rain, and it will start to slowly dry from this point if I've remembered correctly. But yeah, fending off on Perez, onto lap 7 now. Perez still right there, but we actually get, I don't know if it was a tap or if I lost the rear, but we lose it into Perez. We go back into Perez again, but we lose 2 positions via consequence to Joe and Tsunoda. So yeah, not ideal. And yeah, now losing the position to Perez on the back straight in lap 8, but we dive up the inside into Brooklands, and we have a little bit more contact once again, going through Luffield now, and then we just try and focus on getting a good exit to cover off Gasly, which we managed to do just about. And yeah, on to lap 10. The track is slowly drying, but we are quite low in energy, but Perez is right on the back of us. We're just trying to squeeze him, we're trying to pinch him, we're trying to give him, you know, we're not giving him an inch to, you know, let him get back past us. And yeah, heading on now to lap 11, just going through entry now. Perez is still right there. We were probably caught sleeping a little bit as he goes up or inside. I was trying to swing it around the outside. Perez actually goes into the side of us a little bit, but we hang it around the outside. Going into Luffield now. And still on lap 11, the exit of Chapel.
Okay, gaps in the car ahead is 7.5 seconds.
What a demoralising radio message from our engineer there, but Perez having a look at the outside. We still leave just enough room, but Perez actually hangs it all the way around the outside. So this has actually turned into a very good battle. We dive really late on the brakes, round the outside, and we actually hold the position. So that was a really nice fight actually, with Perez, as we start lap 12 now. And yeah, heading on to the Wellington Straight. Late defence for us up the onto the inside, as Perez has a little look in the inside, but doesn't commit to the move fully. But as you can also see, Magnussen in P11, as we get a swapper on the steering, Magnussen's now in the mix. So yeah, it's the track is getting drier, we're getting closer to DRS enabling. I believe it actually gets enabled as we head round this corner, holding the defensive line up the inside of Cops on Perez. And there you go, DRS is enabled. Magnussen now having a go at Perez, as we now head through Magnus and Beckett. And yeah, there you go, Perez maintained that position. We're on lap 12, but DRS is enabled, and look at the overspeed that Perez has. So we have to go defensive once again. We have a snap on the apex of stall, so we go wide. But now Magnussen gets ahead of Perez, so it's a bit of chaos towards the end of the race, as the other cars are like 11 seconds up the road, as is my renowned speed on a pad that should be admired worldwide, obviously, because you know I'm very good in the pads. Yep, definitely. But final lap now. Magnussen is still right there. So, and yeah, we did the same thing as we did in the sprint on the last lap, funnily enough. We lock both front tyres, and I try and park it on the apex, but Magnussen nearly had a look at the outside, so it was a bit sketchy for a moment there. But we lose the rear, and Perez and Magnussen are both going to get past us at the moment, I believe. So we make a mistake on the traction through entry, but we dive up the inside of Perez, but we know it's a bit too risky for Magnussen. But we get one at least, so we're still in the points for this main race around Silverstone. And yeah, now I'll try my best to get Magnussen, but I don't think it's going to happen, even with the DRS, because we've got no battery. The AI are pretty strong down the back straight. I think I put on a higher downforce preset for this, because my talent on a pad requires more support, let's say, than maybe a quicker setup. But yeah, fastest lap's been set like lap after lap there, well, car after car, sorry, as the track is obviously in its driest state. And yeah, we can't even, as you can see, we didn't even barely close the gap to Magnussen on the back straight. So it looks like we're going to finish this main race in P10, and I hope you have all enjoyed this gameplay. Yeah, I mainly just talked about the racing. I didn't really discuss way too many features, but yeah, it's I hope you've been enjoying the content. Hope you've enjoyed the gameplay so far. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let me know what you want to see from this game as well, whether in the early access or in the full build of the game. I would really love to hear your suggestions down below, because I mean, I'm not a very creatively intelligent person. I'm usually quite creatively limited with my thought process, so I would love to get some inspiration from you all down below. So if you've got any video ideas or specific questions or anything at all that you maybe would like to see in videos in the future, then please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. But yeah, now as we sort of come to the end of this, we've just got the podium cinematics for the end of the race. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning into this video again, and I hope you've all had a fantastic day. And yeah, I will have some more F1 22 content coming very soon. Hopefully I'll have a wheel for a video for the early access. Well, I have a rig to do a video on while I've got the early access to this game. And then once that's all done, we look towards the release of F1 22, which should be really exciting, and I hope you guys are excited for that. So take care, have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in a future video. Take care, love you all, and ciao.